Hey everyone, well it is Friday afternoon and I really do hate to say this, but it's another day and another Republican meltdown here in the House. And now, like we've seen over and over and over again, the House has been sent into total chaos. So let me break down what is actually happening here right now. This morning, the Republicans sent their reconciliation package to the Budget Committee. Now, they were supposed to staple all these pieces together and then pass their one big beautiful bill, as Donald Trump likes to call it, but their own members voted it down in committee, not because they suddenly were concerned about the welfare of the American people, but in fact because their hardliners believe that that bill didn't go far enough in cutting social programs. And as we've seen over the last several weeks, these committees have passed absolutely devastating cuts. We're talking about cutting healthcare to 13.7 million Americans through Medicaid and the Affordable Care Act. They want to cut food assistance and SNAP programs to over 11 million Americans, many of whom are children, across the United States. They want to increase taxes for the lowest income people in this country. In fact, taxes for people who make less than $15,000 a year will go up by 18% in this bill. And they want to gut environmental programs and programs that our utilities and our energy companies depend on that actually keep utilities affordable. So this entire package is a tax on the working people of this country. And what is it in service of? It's in service of making permanent tax breaks for billionaires. That's it. That's what this is all about. Now, many in the Republican caucus are rejecting the bill, not because they actually care about the substance of people being harmed, but because they're concerned about the deficit. And the Republicans are trying to say that this is not going to increase deficit spending, and that is just a bold-faced lie. They're trying to use some sort of like budgetary voodoo to claim that this budget doesn't actually cost anything, when in fact, this budget framework will blow a hole in deficit spending by $5 trillion and $37 trillion over the next 30 years. And why are they trying to do all of this? It's because Donald Trump is trying to pass his entire domestic policy agenda through one bill. That's really what it's all about. And he's trying to do it through a budget gimmick. So normally you need 60 votes to pass policy in the Senate. You need a simple majority here in the House. But they know that so much of what they're trying to do is so deeply unpopular that they don't have the votes in the Senate to get it through. And so that is why they're trying to put it all together into one package. But every time they try to pass something, somebody thinks it's either not enough or it's too much. So now here we are in total chaos once again. So here's the assignment. I believe, because I think we've seen this story many times before, our Republican colleagues in the House are somehow going to find it in their interests, in their hearts, I don't know, to pass this bill, even though it's not what they want. But there are still a number of very vulnerable Republicans, both in the House and in the Senate, and senators in the Senate who know that what is in this bill is wrong. And so our assignment over the coming days is to raise our voices, to be loud, to be clear, and to really make clear that we cannot support this devastating budget, because it will eviscerate our working families, our healthcare system. It will hurt hungry children. It will hurt the opportunity for people to go back to school. It will hurt Americans all across this country. So speak up, make your calls, make it clear how you feel, and let's do this. Don't take your foot off the gas. All right. Happy weekend, everyone. That's the assignment.